Habitat for Humanity Uganda, in partnership with the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development, other organizations and institutions have organized the second Uganda Housing Symposium, aimed at bringing together public and private sector housing partners and key stakeholders from across the housing sector value chain, along with the international and the national delegates, to share knowledge on the emerging best practices, innovations and lessons around affordable housing. Judith, Nabakooba, the Minister for Lands and Housing Development, say that the National Housing Symposium is a national-level event that marks the International Habitat Day and the World Urban Month. The day is to showcase and discussing innovative solutions to the accessible, inclusive, affordable and decent housing.
A platform for addressing cross-cutting problems such as gender and youth engagement in the housing sector. C, an environment for sharing best practices in delivering affordable housing to the majority in society. A platform for establishing partnerships between the government and the private sector, as well as developing appropriate designs and technologies to address the housing shortages.
As the ministry plans to handle and tackle the human settlement and the urbanization in the country, as there are many cases of eviction in the Uganda, according to Nabakooba, the highly growing population in the country has led to the struggle of the land.
And when we talk about evictions are done by people who are scrambling or want to have big chunks of land. And that's why we are saying that when we are looking at housing in urban centers or in our cities, we are encouraging now high-raised buildings. We believe that little space can be in position to take very many families, but also little space which is well planned and all the services are provided. The tribunals were put in place, but you remember that they are not functional at all. And what we have done, we are using the local community systems in place, the government systems.
She adds that as the government, they are empowering the community through giving them adequate information that helps them to fight for their rights towards their land titles.
It comes to sharing properties of the deceased, then the tenants who are found on the land are the people who are affected. And now we are using the Office of the Administrator General to ensure that they sensitize the communities on the different laws, because the amendment, the Succession Act, which was amended, it has all the provisions, and it makes sure that all the beneficiaries are guided and their consent is sought before a subdivision, before a sale is done. And we believe that once we appreciate the various laws in place, we would be in position to reduce on what we are seeing.
The ministry is ensuring that adequate housing is a fundamental goal, and they are committed to contribute to the reduction of housing poverty in Uganda, since housing poverty leads to the virus negative consequences, impacting both physical health and the mental well-being. Story compiled by Ritah Nandera for Church of Uganda Family TV, News at 8.